in Vernon Hills, Illinois, just minutes from Chicago. ESPN's live coverage of the PBA continues with a Miller High Life Open. 5 of the world's best bowlers go for the title. Now let's meet our 5 finalists. From Escondido, California, in his 3rd career telecast, looking for his 1st career PBA title, Mike Devaney. He has 10 career titles, almost $1 million in earnings. The 1989 PBA Rookie of the Year from Tarpon Springs, Florida, Steve Hoskins. This PBA Hall of Famer has 34 career wins, good for 2nd all-time. A 5-time PBA Player of the Year from Ocala, Florida, Walter Ray Williams, Jr. From Claremont, Florida, with 9 career wins, including 2 Tournament of Champions titles, the 1992 Rookie of the Year, Jason Couch. He has 9 career wins and is appearing in his 2nd consecutive telecast from Baltimore, Maryland. Let's meet Danny Wiseman. Those are the 5 finalists for the 2002 Miller High Life Open here in the championship round. Here is the Miller High Life Open matchup. Jason Couch battles Walter Ray Williams in the semifinal. After Steve Hoskins and Mike Devaney meet in the wild card match, the winner takes on Danny Wiseman, like Jason Couch, looking for double digits in career wins today. We are now ready for the wild card match. Steve Ryan alongside Randy Peterson, our entire ESPN PBA crew. Live coverage from outside Chicago. Devaney has never won a career championship. Jason Couch, one of the bowlers today, trying to get himself back in the winner's circle for the first time in a while. Same goes for Steve Hoskins. Almost 2 years since he's won a career title. So a common theme among several of the bowlers today. Devaney starts us. In the pocket.
Nice start. You talked to a lot more where that came from. Oh, excuse me. Talked to Mike earlier. As you see this shot here, first shot, opening shot, you always try to get those jitters out of the way. Great reaction. Talked to him before the telecast, said he prefers to really hook the ball. First shot I just saw, a lot straighter for him.
Hoskins, a 10-pin to start things off. The TV pair 9 and 10. Steve Hoskins' last title, November of 2000, Pasadena, Texas, near Houston, the Lone Star Open. So it has been quite a while for him. And speaking to Steve, he really feels he's bowled well over the past year or so, maybe even 14 months, but still just hasn't caught the breaks when he's needed them.
Well, he's bowled for the show 8 or 9 times in this new format. First time making it all the way to the telecast, and he told me flat out, hey, I've just been snake bit. That match against Jim Tomek last night really caught a break. Tomek missed a spare in the 5th game of that match, 7th or 8th frame. Hoskins said he threw 5 of the best shots he's thrown in a long, long time. Struck out to advance to the telecast today.
More than a year since he's been on TV for him. It was Japan of last year, the last time he made a telecast. His round of 16 victim Paul Fleming has been on one of our shows already. On lane 9. 10 down in the pit.
This is why these guys put all the power that they put on these bowling balls to carry off hits. What I mean by that is the ball is just a little bit light, only catches a little bit of the head pin, but because of all that power, all 10 are down.
Early on, a strike will give Mike Devaney a 10-pin lead. First ever head-to-head matchup between these two.
And Mike Devaney, as you see that bowling ball there, is a very low-friction bowling ball, meaning it goes really, really straight.
Carries the 10-pin for another strike. A double to start things off for Mike Devaney. He lost his round of 8 match to Walter Ray Williams Jr., but it was close, just 15 pins combined in the 3 games. So he was right there, enough to earn the wild card bid, and that was tight as well. He was sitting in the stands here, Randy, last night, feeling the pressure of almost not making it.
Yeah, the least amount of losses for Mike. That's why he's here. And he told me that prior to the match with Chris Barnes, he said, listen, I really need you to help me out here. Could you do something? Well, if Jason Couch won 1 game, he was going to be the wild card. Jason beat Chris Barnes.
Living a dream. You can believe that?
Doesn't get no better. Oh, a little confidence coming out of Mike Devaney, but watch this action and the reaction. His match last night against Walter Ray, when Walter Ray smoked him 3-0, he was real subdued, real laid back. I asked him about that. I said, you know, you're usually a pretty fired up player. He says, well, you got to pick and choose your times to really get pumped up.
Hoskins on lane 10, again in the pocket. And a great start for each. By the numbers this week for Hoskins, another Floridian. 3 Florida residents in our show today. The strike percentage, spare conversion percentage. New numbers we're tracking for you here on ESPN's live coverage of the PBA Tour. And the count early on, solid for each. So much focus required early in the match. Another strike. Each of the bowlers telling us, Randy, today and last night, a good start is crucial when you have match play and one game to prove yourself.
Yeah, it sure is. You know, and Steve Hoskins right now just tied the match up with that third strike. And he's no stranger to really tough matches. Wichita went 7 games with Chris Barnes. The next week in Kansas City, 7 games against Robert Smith. Last week, a 5-game thriller against Lonnie Wallachek. He knows how to battle. He's been through it.
Just one standing.
4-pin, ball drifts a little bit high. Relatively easy spare. He's going to a very low friction ball. He doesn't want this ball to hook. He's going to move to the right, take this ball, and throw it on a straight line at the 4-pin.
Only one new winner on tour so far this year. Patrick Healy Jr. in Kansas City. Of the 5 events we have complete so far, this number 6, 4 on the USA side, 2 in Japan. So Mike trying to become the second. You know, the numbers so far this week. Good average. And the spare conversion way up there, almost 97%.
And a higher striking percentage than Steve Hoskins has. And I think that's the one thing that you have to look at when it comes down to the 10th frame. You know, both guys are going to hit the pocket. Which guy actually carried better? Which guy actually knocked 10 pins down when his ball hit the pocket versus the guy that left a 4-pin or a 10-pin or any other tap? He's got a real interesting release too, Dave. He's got what I call a little bit of a spin release. He's got a real different grip, that real short ring finger that helps him to spin around it and rotate.
Came in a bit high, and the 4-pin still up for Mike Devaney.
Watch this hand rotate around the side. That's what helps the ball push to the right, but it also helps it to return. And we talked about it in our lane graphics segment. You know, the ball looks for friction. Well, once the ball finds friction, it's going to travel in direction of rotation.
3rd ever TV appearance for him. He's 0-2 so far, making the big show. I'd love to change that in the wild card match against 10-time tour winner Steve Hoskins. Last time Steve was on TV in Tokyo, lost to Tommy DeLuce Jr. 224 to 205. Finished 6th in that event, a different format than we have here. A strike here, and he is up 12 pitch. Looking for a 4-bagger. He's got it.
Oh, he just gave you his opinion on that shot. He knows this ball's going to go a little bit light. Okay, well, you know what, Steve? That's okay. You're entitled to a break or two. That was nice. That 10-pin kick late.
Don't forget, next week, the road to the PBA Championship rolls on. The tour moves to suburban Detroit, Taylor, Michigan. PBA Greater Detroit Open. Don't miss your favorite bowlers next Sunday, 1 o'clock Eastern start, 10 o'clock on the West Coast. Only on ESPN. For more, log on to ESPN.com. So we go back to our normal 1 o'clock start next week. Make a note of that. You're setting your VCRs or tuning in here on ESPN. Pocket. What a start for Steve Hoskins. 5 of the last 6 frames strike for him. He has got a nice lead on Mike Devaney. It's the wild card, each trying to get to the next round and have success at the Miller High Life Open.